Hello, how are you? Welcome to my Facebook Live. My name is Carrie Ritchie. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and everything I make today is using awesome Stampin' Up! Products. Okay, I need to hit refresh. I'm not seeing my video on here. I hope it doesn't cut off like it did last week. That was just weird. Okay, looks like we're good. Yeah, as you come on, say hi so I know you're here, either live or watching the recording. And also you get, if you comment, you get a chance to win the 3 cards that we're making today. I mail them to you, or you can pick them up if you're coming to a class. But yeah, let's go ahead and start with all the fun news. Stampin' Up! Still has the Crafting Advent Calendar. It is $99 and you get 12 different surprise boxes to pick through and open a day, and then also an additional double stamp set. So it's a great deal. Also, December Paper Pumpkin is called Watercolor in Bloom. And it makes 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs with the envelopes, the stamps, the Stampin' Spot, and all of that. Plus there is the add-ons if you want to add on the dies. Paper Pumpkin is having a special sale December 1st through December 9th. So it'll be 9 days of discount. So instead of the regular price, this is just on subscriptions. For a 3-month, it's normally $81, and you can get it for $61. And a 6-month is normally $162, and you can get it for $122. And then the 12-month is normally $324, and you can get it for only $244. And what's great about that is you will also let's see, subscriptions will start with the December Watercolor in Bloom. You can't skip this one. You can skip other ones, but you can't skip the first one. Shipping. Okay. Yes, subscriptions purchased during the promotion will earn reduced rewards compared to full price subscriptions due to the discounted price, but they will still qualify for rewards once the threshold is met. So instead of getting $8.10 for your rewards, you get $6.10 towards your rewards, and so on. So it's a great deal. Get it while you can. Paper pumpkins are always a fun little Christmas surprise. And then also my class is coming up. I have got my Christmas card class. You can either make 4 cards for $20, or you can make 20 cards for $38, or it's only $18 with a minimum $35 order. 4 designs, 5 of each. You just bring your own adhesive, and if you have a craft kit, and we just stamp together and make cards. That is Friday, November 21st at 10 a.m. You could sign up. If you need the link to that, let me know and I will send it to you. These are, I showed y'all last week, the 2 new Kids Collection kits that we have. And then these are the cards that we'll be making for the Christmas Stamp-A-Stack and Christmas class. So we've got these fun Christmas cards to make. Now I want to show y'all what we're using today. My sweet friend and customer, Janine, bought this set. It's called Everyday Arches Dies. It is available in a bundle or just the dies. And she just bought the dies and she's letting me use them. Except now I have to, they're on my wish list. I have to get a set because they're fabulous. So they come with 10 nesting arch-shaped dies. There's 10 of them there, all the way from the smallest to the largest. And the largest, let me show y'all, it does fit on a card front. The largest fits on a card front. So I wanted to show that. You know what? I forgot to announce the winners of last week. Okay, let's put pause on this for a second, and then these are the cards that we made last week. They are Christmas cards using the Jolly Holly set, and the winner of those cards is Miss Terry McAdams. So congratulations, Terry. I will get these to you. Yeah, I'll get those to you. Okay, so one thing I wanted to show y'all before we make our cards today with this, I've had fun playing with these. Like I said, I have to order a set now that Janine's let me borrow hers. She is busy. Where did Janine go? Did she go to Israel? I think she's in Israel. Janine, if you're watching, where did you go? My brain is fried. Anyway, I made these fun little projects with them just this morning. I'm like, what else could I do with these dies? And so I got the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, and I used a sheet here, and then I don't have another one of those sheets, but I used it. It's got the winter scene, the winter trees, and I die cut them with the arches, everyday arches. But that's not going to fit in there, so let me just show y'all the rest of this paper while I've got it out, because we use it on the last card that we make today. So let me just show you some of this gorgeous paper. I've used a bunch of it. I've used a bunch of this paper. I love it. It is called Thoughtful Journey, and it coordinates with a stamp set and bundle. But I love the paper. It's so pretty. So it's this watercolor look where the fronts basically look like landscape, and the backs are just a watercolor mix. It's so pretty. You could stamp whatever you want on these, but I just wanted to share that paper with you. Okay, so what I made with these is little bookmarks. So I've got these sheets, and I think Stampin' Up! Used to sell them. I'm not sure where I got them, but they're magnet sheets with adhesive on there. And so I die cut using this second largest one, the paper. So I cut it just short of where it cuts all the way through. And this one's actually a little crooked. It's not quite straight, but that's fine. When I first started to do it, I had it like the image was going to be upside down when I put it on my book. And so I had to figure that out. And then I die cut it all the way through. And then I die cut the magnets and then trim just the edges of them and then stuck it on there. So you can take your book, which I love this book. It's The Garden at the Edge of Beyond by Michael Phillips. It's kind of a sneak peek of what heaven could possibly be like. It's really good. I haven't read it in a few years, so I got it out the other day, and I'm on chapter 8 here. So it's a fantasy. It's kind of along the lines. I know Michael Phillips, two of his favorite authors are C.S. Lewis and Tolkien are some of his favorite. And so they're fantasy, you know, so this has kind of got the fantasy, you know, that kind of feel to it. But see how the bookmarks work? They just stick, and there you've got your bookmark in there. So I've done that one in that design and this one in the trees. And you just want to leave a space when you do the magnet. You want to do 2 pieces and then leave a space there. And I just scored the paper. But I just thought, isn't that fun what you could do with these dies? So, okay, let's start making cards. Okay, first one we're going to start with is using this fabulous paper, Beautiful Gallery. I've had it a while and haven't used it, and I finally decided to use it for this card. Let me show y'all something else real quick. I forgot I had my Kleenex box holder out here. So I've made these before with metal, and I don't know where you can get the metal. I got it at a craft store, a scrapbooking store years ago. And then I would use the little metal plates that come with it, and then the stumps to emboss it. But this time I used the metal sheets with, this is the exposed brick folder, and I ran it through 2 times. So once here and once here. And then on this side, it wasn't big enough to fit the whole way, so there is a line here, but I used the Sunflower 3D embossing folder. And I didn't have a box to fit, so they make the boxes, but I didn't want to spend the money on one. I'm cheap, and I've got lots of chipboard, so I just fit my chipboard, cut 5 pieces of chipboard, and then cut a hole in it, and made that, and then I just stuck it together with packing tape. And then I embossed all of the sides, and then you sand it down so you get the cool metal look. Anyway, There's a lot you can do with Stampin' Up! Stuff that is not paper. This is metal. It's a lot of fun. So I thought I'd just show that to y'all. Okay, back to Beautiful Gallery. So this paper is so pretty. It's very elegant, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. And when I got this die set, I saw a card similar to this online, and so I kind of cased it, the one that we're going to make. But I like the thought of looking out windows at this scene. To me, it looks like an Italian countryside or a French countryside out, you know, in the Bordeaux wine country or somewhere. I don't know. I just think that one's really pretty. So that's the one I used for the first card. And then I haven't used any more of the paper. Well, no, I did use, let me show you all the designs. So they're beautiful landscaping, and just, I love that one. Isn't that cool? Just floral. I saw that someone had stamped a Christmas tree on here and put Merry Christmas, made that into a card. There's so much you can do with these. Look at that. It's just, you could easily frame these. And then the back sides are fun too. So this one's like a map. And the rest of them, I feel like a lot of them look like wallpaper. I thought about using this one at first, but then the sky was so similar to the color that I thought, no, I'm going to pick a different one. So I chose this one as the wallpaper for the room that we're going to make. So that one is kind of like stucco. Some flowers. Oh, no, that's not the one I used. It's this one. This is the one I used. Yeah. Okay, so let's get started. Got a mess everywhere. And then we're also going to use Banner Sains. The new stamps are out in the new cases. And I think I shared with y'all how to do this. Just make sure I'm recording on the right thing here. Maybe just nobody's joined me yet, huh? Let's see. Again, if you're watching, come on and say hi. Maybe nobody's here yet. Anyway, these are the new cases, the new storage for the stamps. They're all photopolymer, the new ones are, and the old ones will be converted over to this storage. I just found that out. But when they came in, they were on a little thicker sheet and thinner sheet, and they were little and they were going every which way, and I thought, I don't like that. So I ended up taking this and putting it on my printer and copied it, and then cut it to, and it's just printer paper. And then I put it on the thinner sheet. I adhered it with tear and tape, and then put all of the words on there so that way I can see what words they are. So I like that a lot better. You can do it however you want. You can stamp them. I just thought copying's just a real quick and easy way, and that way it's lined up and matches the front. So we're going to use some of the words from here, but the words are: you are loved, consider yourself hugged, wishing you good things, happy birthday, I'm so grateful, you're the sweetest, I can't thank you enough, here's to you. So those are all like a printed, and these are like a cursive and a mix. You did it, I'm here for you, thanks a million, cue the confetti, celebrate, sending my love. So I love the set. It does have a punch that coordinates with it. I don't have the punch. But I'm thinking maybe I need to get the punch. So, and also for this next card, I'm using the skinny, I don't know where I put that. Oh, I think it's, did I stick it in here? The skinny stylish shapes dies. So let's get started. Here's all our pieces here. And, okay. So we're going to start with a piece of Early Espresso, 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored and adhered. And then I've got a piece of white, and it is basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And so it will be a nice little mat for the inside of our card. So we can write our words in there. And then I cut the designer paper. It was 6 by 6, so I cut it down to 4 by 5.5, so it would go right across the front of our card. This is one of those papers that, you know, you kind of hate to use one side because you're like, I like the back side too. It's tough, but I really thought this was pretty, like, wallpaper for an Italian countryside. And then I die cut the paper with the third to the largest dies, and I just die cut those 3, and then I die cut the next size up of the arch. No, that's the one. I cut them the same size. And then I got the number 2 and cut out the middle so that it would be like a window. So that was number 2 and number 3. But I cut both of them with number 2. So we're gonna go ahead and adhere all of this together. Putting our seal on it. And just making sure that's all stuck to the cardstock. We don't want to see the adhesive from the front. And just lay that on top. So there's one of our windows. And there's the second one, and then the third. Maybe if I don't have it upside down, it might come out better. You can always rub the adhesive off the front. There's still some on there, like there's a little bit right there. The silicone pad makes it easier to rub off. So now we've got our 3 windows, and we're just gonna adhere them flat to the card. So I thought I would start at the ends and then the center. Let's just go ahead and get all the adhesive on here first. Okay. So just gonna put this a little bit closer to the top than to the bottom, because we've got some words to go there. And this one in the middle. So it doesn't look like we're in a a dining room and we're looking out the window. And then we're gonna stamp here. We've got early espresso and wishing you good things. Like, how about a trip to Italy, huh? Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay. And we're going to put our mini dimensionals on here to pop that up. Oops. Hi, Cindy. Thank you for sharing. It's been pretty quiet here this morning, so you're the first one to join in. So we're just going to put this right here towards the bottom, not really covering up our view. And then I've got these neutral matte dots. And I think this is pecan pie. Whoops. Colored. Put some dots on there. And it just adds the right little touch. So that is the first card. And moving on to card 2, we have got, and I've done a lot of this ahead of time to save time, but let's see, let's put all our stuff over here. So I have die cut this piece by, let me show y'all. I'll just grab a basic white and we'll score it. Sorry, I don't want to knock everything over. So this is about 4 inches. So I'm gonna cut this. Let's see, how much is that? That's about, we'll just do 5.5 to make sure that we get it. And then we're gonna score it at 4 1/4. Once we have it scored, that's a little crooked. The paper is a little bit bigger. And then we would take our die. Let's see, I think it's the largest one. Yeah. So you want to put this on your card so that you do not cut all the way through, so that it opens like this. So you'll line it up there and put your adhesive on there and die cut it just like that, making sure that you're getting all of this but not the fold, so that it will open that way. Does that make sense? So we've got this piece, and I thought we could just leave it like this, and then I thought, well, maybe we'll add that. I don't know. I'll show y'all and see what you think. So this is just a plain smaller arch. Oh, hey, Anna. Thanks for joining. So we're just going to fit that in there to write our sentiments. Got some of the magnetic stuff still sticking around. And then this piece, so this is the same size. I've just cut 2 of those, of the smaller size. And then I stamped this gorgeous cone flower and other flowers and memento with, this is from Mixed Florals. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. I really love this set. It's got the cone flowers, and then it's got the tulips, and they're bigger than they look like on here. They're huge. They're really nice and big. So I stamped that, and then I colored it in with light and dark strawberry slush and light and dark petunia pop and light and dark daffodil delight and light and dark granny apple green. And then I stamped sending my love with petunia pop. So we're just gonna, that's popped up, so we're just gonna pop this up. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate y'all's support. Let's see, I may be overkill with the adhesive here, but I mean the dimensionals, but there we go. Just peel these off. So I wanted this card to just be standalone, but then I thought, well, maybe I should add a back to it. So I'm gonna show y'all both ways and see what you think. But we'll just put this on the front, and then we're gonna add some strawberry slush, pretty and pink gems. So we've got one of the larger ones and one of the smaller ones. And then maybe another smaller one over here. Oops. Adhesive stuck to my piercer. There we go. I love the pinks and purples. So pretty. So we could just leave it like this and have a cute card like that. Or we could put it on top and adhere it. So which way do you prefer? Do you prefer it by itself, or do you prefer it stuck on there? And of course this will fit in an envelope. I've got one right here. It'll just be a little bit more space around it. If you use one of our envelopes, it'll just give you a little bit more space. So let's just put it on there. How about that? Just add your adhesive and put your arch right in the center. And then you can add your sentiments in there. Anyway, card number 3. Here's some of my favorite colors. I'm in love with Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. I love these blues. They're just such pretty oceany colors. And this is cut 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. So we've got our card front here. This is Pretty Peacock. This is Lost Lagoon. And we're going to adhere this to the card base. And we're just, so this is cut 4 1/4, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So it just barely has a little border around it. And then we've got our pieces here. So this is cut out of the fabulous, where'd the paper go? Thoughtful Journey paper. So it was that. I cut, do you see that piece? That's what I cut right there. And so there's more. I can use smaller arches and do some more with that. But I cut one smaller, one larger, so we can adhere these. Actually, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I'm making sure I don't go out of order here. We're going to put adhesive on all of these pieces. And this is going to go on the inside because the Pretty Peacock is a little too dark to write on. So we've got this. And you could do it this way or you could do it this way, whichever way you want to do to write your sentiment in there. So it's not just a plain opening. And we're going to put this right on the bottom right. And this goes right in the center of that. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. How are you? I'm sorry last week the video just cut right in the middle. I don't know what happened. It was weird. And so this I've cut with one of the textured notes dies. It's this small one in here with the little lines around it. And I already had stamped it, but I stamped it. So this is Lost Lagoon, I die cut, and then I stamped it in Pretty Peacock, I'm here for you. And so we'll just adhere this. And I don't want to cover up the flowers, so just put it right in between those flowers. And then I've got some purple fine shimmer gems. I feel like these coordinate with that Blackberry Bliss. So add some little gems there just because. So that's it. Which one is your favorite? Wishing you good things, sending my love, or I'm here for you. I don't know. I like them all. I feel like the arches are just going to be a lot of fun. And where did I put my bookmarks? Oh, here's another card I made. So I was going to show this one, and it got to be a lot of work. And then I don't like how the stuff shows on the end, so I've got it all here. That's where that die is. And I was going to put this together for y'all, but it's, I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. Like if you're looking at straight on, it looks great, but then you can kind of see. So I used up all of the stuff that I had, the foam adhesive strips. You get a whole package of strips that you can cut. And so I layered that on there. You can also use foam adhesive sheets if you want to die cut these. I didn't, but let me just show you how I did that. So I just die cut, and I think I used every other one, but see how this is coming undone? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this one. It was a good idea. I tried to copy a card on Pinterest, but it was it was stamped. But you would layer them like this. And it gives the illusion that you're looking out a window. And then I wanted to show you a little trick. I needed a small image in there, and this one is too big, but the other one was too, there we go, it was too small. So I was going to use this one, but it was too small. This one was too big. So I die cut it once like this, and then after it die cut out, I cut it again with this side. I just made sure to line up the little notches in there when I die cut it. So that is a little tip. So yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's just if you don't have to look at it sideways, you can just see all the mess that I made. So I'm not sure how to fix that. I don't know. It's whatever. It was an attempt. I like these a lot better. So after I had done that one, I'm like, I need another one. So I came up with this one, and I'm like, I like that much better. So anyway, thank you all for watching and sharing it and supporting me. I hope y'all have a blessed week. Thank you. Bye-bye.